Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago, and the Internet of Things, and also the wider world. This is Ray, here operating from Gulfview via Livewire Media, and I'm glad to say that this is the first in a series of podcasts that will serve to highlight many aspects of our socialization. So today, more or less as the first and pilot in this whole series, we're going to take a look at fitness. Now, in the most recent history of mine, and also a lot of people around my age, fitness has kind of come more or less a hallmark and theme. And it has also grown leaps and bounds from just general, oh, let's go to PE or let's just go for a run in the park, to more or less a whole movement. I mean, anybody who's been around in the 90s or even late 80s and even to the early 2000s, any kind of exercise was just whatever sports you played or the general football sweat on a Friday evening in Skinner Park. However, now it's a whole multi-million-dollar industry that is all ablaze on social media. It can be found actively in terms of groups who may be doing things in the park, who may be doing things at certain centers, even to full-scale events. But with that idea in mind, I have my guest here, the first guest in this series. You may have seen him on Instagram or also in Debe Fun Splash Park, if that's the correct name of the place. Shout out to those people down in Debe. And also at Fitness Center in South Park, doing his many training sessions with his clients. He is Setwire aboard of Setwire Fitness Enterprises. Setwire, welcome.
Good day.
How are you doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
So tell us and the wider audience how Setwire Fitness Enterprises came to be and how you got into fitness.
Well, it first started, growing up young, at a young age. Always fascinated at looking at magazines. I had a cousin and he always had these bodybuilding magazines, so I always used to go on.
Like Muscle and Fitness, GNC Life.
I didn't even still check the name of the magazine. I just watching pictures and you see, big, strong, muscular people, and then you have your cartoons, your He-Man, and all these stuff. So I always was fascinated with being strong. I did.
Yes.
So I always wanted to be strong. So when I was 10 years old, I'd save up enough money, which was $65.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, mind you, $65 back in the day, right? if the folks in our age, I mean, sound like an old man now, right? I mean, you could not break at $20 long time and still have change to do anything.
Yeah.
But
that was 22 years ago, 23 years ago.
Yeah, that's right there.
And I saved up my $65. I went to City Mall and I bought my first pair of dumbbells. It was like 10-pound dumbbells. So it was blue, the plastic with the sand in it.
Yeah.
That one. And I went with my aunts and I had to tote it out by myself. So me at 10 years, because I come in one box. So it's 20 pounds stuff. So I had to walk every 10 steps and rest down. And then if you don't catch my breath, take a little breather, then go again. Right? And from that, I started working out at home. Right? And my thing was always paying a lot of attention to technique.
Yes.
Right? So technique was something that was always with me. So throughout the years now, with secondary school and so forth, though my mind was not on getting into fitness as a trainer, right, that was always part of me because I was always working out. I was a chubby child. Right?
I can relate because
I was a chubby child. Right, so secondary school, I think from Form 1 to 3, from when I reached like Form 3, that's when I actually lost the weight and started getting,
It tends to happen that way because in my whole history, I mean, I was always like, okay, lack of a better word, barrel-shaped when I was a child. And as I got older, generally speaking, when you have that age where you're transitioning from kid into teenager, where your hormones begin to range and basically your body processes will get you to shape you into what you'll be as an adult. Yeah, that's when the weight basically dropped off. Yeah. Like in that whole Form 1 to Form 3 range, as the case may be. But yeah, I can relate.
Yeah, so I used to go by a cousin as well. Remember from like 10 years, I started at home with the dumbbells, still doing that. And then I had a cousin there who had the same one who had the magazine. He had a little bench and thing home. So I started working out there about 3 days a week. Right, while I was in secondary school, and that helped me get fit. I got more familiar with exercising. Right, after that time now, going through different stages in life. I had stages where into musician stage, and I was into preaching and whatnot. And then when I went into the CCC program. Yeah. And I was signed up to do electrical, and welding was a second choice. And then they offered me. Now they said, I have this new gym course. I wasn't too sure about what it was about, but I said I had this new gym course. You want to try it out?
That would have been phys ed on the CCC.
Well, it would have been, it was new. Before they used to have the PTI course that they used to have you go on to. But this was a new program, very first one, like a pilot program, which was a professional fitness instructor course.
Yes.
All right, so I say, okay, I would try it. I didn't know it was taking me away from the electrical or whatnot. So I say, all right, I'll go the first. Out of 1,100 trainees in the region, which was South Central,
yes,
just 2 was chosen, me and another guy.
Yeah.
And I went, saw the orientation. When I saw the orientation, I realized it was the only course on CCC that had international certification. Right, so I said, all right, this thing's sounding good. So the first actual start date, they asked us to say something about what we expect from the course. I simply got up and say, I'm just going with the flow. Right? I don't know what to expect. I'm just going with the flow and see where it leads me. Right? And from that, I ended up coming out on top of the course. I got the award for most outstanding male trainee on the fitness course and most outstanding male trainee in the region.
Yes.
Mind you, I was the second fattest guy on the course. At the time, I was the second fattest guy on the course. But because of how I started off young and paid so much attention to technique, the exam was an hour and a half and I completed it in 10 minutes. Right? Everything was just so easy for me. It was just natural. Right? The physical part, I blew past that. The theory part, I blew past that. So after that, I started working for a fitness center. I stayed there for about 3 months. And then the same company, which was Trinidad and Tobago Fitness Academy, they hired me back as a lecturer to work for them. So I started lecturing there, and I did that for about a space of 2 to 3 years. Right? And then I branched off on my own, and that's where I established Setwire's Fitness Enterprise.
So how long has Setwire's Fitness Enterprises been active?
From 2013, but started off very small, just was a sideline doing personal training while I was working at Fitness Academy, right? So just a little small something. That's when 2013 was when I had originally registered the business, right? And then from there, I used to do aquatic exercise with Fitness Academy, and then when I left there, I started doing it with Aqua Blast, which was another small company, and I opened up my first class at St. Michael's in 2013.
Well, St. Michael's is familiar ground for me because I went to Pres, and that was the school's pool, right? And at the same time, when it comes to aquarobics and even water training exercises, I wasn't even aware at that point in time that was something that existed in Trinidad. Because more or less, if you look at the fitness climate, let's wheel back to somewhere around 2005, gyms were not even as prevalent in the state that they are now as it was back then, because everybody would have known the old school iron, sweaty, loud gyms of like back in the day where it's just like, okay, general machines, like, okay, familiar with Smokey's gym, right? Those were like some of the hardcore iron gyms of back at days that culture has now shifted now, and now gyms are more like modern, slightly social, more engaging kind of environment.
Yeah, they made them more user friendly as well, because before it was, only certain people you would see going to the gym, big strong people and whatnot. But as the gyms now, the equipment now, because more commercialized, it's more user friendly. So anybody now can go in and actually use the equipment without having much knowledge in the field of fitness. Of course, I think everybody still needs a lot of guidance for the training. But it's more user friendly. People could go in and do things on their own and still, get something done.
What would have been some of the challenges you think is involved when somebody's starting off to have their fitness brand, or if they're establishing themselves into this type of field?
Usually some people lack patience, right? They lack patience. They want to jump into it and expect to get big fast. It took me 10 years, 10 years to build my brand, right? So people need to be more patient with themselves, and you want to have a passion for it. You don't want to go into it because, I can make money off of this. If you're going that way, then it wouldn't last, and then you might do some stuff that might negatively affect the public outlook on fitness, right? So you want to have a passion. The client getting results and effective results safely, that should be first and foremost.
The core focus.
Right, that should be the core focus.
However, when it comes to the clients themselves, I mean, now they will range in terms of the person who has an idea to the person who is probably daft, right? So a good trainer will be able to bridge the gap in between the two, obviously, right? But in terms of some of your hallmark clients, in terms of their developments, have you any of those kind of cases in terms of people they started off absolutely? I mean, you can elaborate on that.
Even in Aqua, I remember when I first started off the Aqua, I had a client when I had the classes at Pario Suites. And when it came to technique, was in the water.
Right? As in bobbing, weaving, swimming.
If she started doing kicks in the front of the class and you turn and turn back, she quite down to the back. Right? But just consistency. And then as an instructor, of course, you want to give proper cues to help them understand that they need to make certain changes or fixes with their body and execution of the moves. And because of that now, it reached a point where in that class, she became the person executing the technique the best. Right?
So with aquarobics, since it's basically new to me, can you give me a rundown on how generally sessions go, or what is the body of that exercise, and also how does it target the muscle groups within the body?
All right. So how the session goes, you start off usually at your 10-minute warm-up. Right? So you do a warm-up and then you have about 40 minutes of activity and then you have 10 minutes cool down. Now remember, working in water, you have the resistance of the water. Now, water gives up to 44 times the resistance of air, all right, based on how much you put into it. So the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. Now, the other thing is you have resistance from every angle, right? So that means you're going to burn more calories than land-based training. So if you lift your hand up, you have to use effort to bring your hand back down. You send your hand forward, you have to use effort to bring it back. All right, so because of that, you can burn up to 75% more calories in the water than on land. The other thing is you have what we call hydrostatic pressure, which is the force of the water pressing against the body, so it aids in circulation. All right, so people that have things like high blood pressure and whatnot, it's easier for them to work out in the water because your blood is now circulating better. The other thing is you have the buoyancy of the water. That buoyancy now causes decompression of the joints.
Yes.
Now, because there's decompression of the joints, your range of motion increases, your flexibility increases in the water. So there are some people that on land, they can't walk good. For example, I have a client that's 92 years, right? And she has a walking stick, but in the water, no walking stick, and she's moving about in the water.
NASA has a type of simulated treadmill where when they have to train astronauts in different gravity scenarios, it actually is a band that will aid, well, it is an inflatable lung that will sometimes simulate weightlessness, right? And also they do weightlessness training in water tanks when they have to perform stuff in outer space. So on that aspect, yes, in terms of the cushion and carrying effect of it, yeah, totally understand and agree on that point. Like I would say for a heavy set person, let's say somebody around 300-400 pounds, if they have to lose weight and they have to embark on some form of exercise, you would totally recommend aquarobics.
Because of the less pressure on the joints, because of the less impacting. And then some parts of the class now is flotation. So like in my class, I have my class structured where twice a week, Monday, Tuesdays, you have no equipment. We're doing more punches and kicks, more like kickbox exercise in the water. And then the Wednesday, Thursday, you have flotation classes. And then on a Friday, you have a leg workout in the shallow. Now, the flotation classes, you are floating, so your feet are off the ground. Right? So you have that buoyancy, so no impacting on the joints.
Yeah, geez. Well, we will get back to that point. I will take a note from my sponsor. We are back, right? I hope that break wasn't too long, folks, right? I hope you all got something to eat, a little snack, intermission, just like the movies, and we are rolling again. So, you elaborated about the aquarobics, and I guess more or less you have promotional stuff on your page in terms of the aquarobics, in terms of how the classes go, how the flow is, and also the setting. Now, I also see you do suspension cable or TRX exercises at South Park alongside the personal training. How does that work? Or how did that come about, I should say?
Well, that's a real interesting thing. This might sound a little wet. Okay, so what happened was, now I'm trained in calisthenics as well. Well, of course, body weight training. That's part of any fitness course. You have to learn how to exercise the body with weights and without weights. Right? And of course, I like to do my own research as well and then come up with ways to exercise also. But what happened is I was looking at elections was coming up. It had the SOE. That's much of people.
Wait. Wait, cables, SOE, elections, painful combination
was coming up. And the last time it had the SOE, it had a lot of people got arrested.
Yeah.
You know, people wearing 3/4 pants and vests, and sometimes I see them in a 3/4 pants and vests too. But the next thing I walking down the road and somebody and police come and just...
He's in a gang.
Right? So I say, just in case, let me just start training body weight only. Right? So in case I get arrested while in my cell or incarcerated, I can still work out to maintain my fitness.
You know, you did music, right? So you know you could have made a rap album and right now doing full coats and people on the side.
So I did that. But so when I did that, now I realized, wait, the benefits I'm getting, the gains I'm getting, because I think in a month I gained 40 pounds of
muscle.
Right, so muscle. Right? So it's like, wow, I put on all this muscle just from bodyweight exercises. And I realized my posture was better. My
form would be better.
Form, everything was better. So you know what? I'm not going back to weights. Because remember with weights to now, weights increase by certain increments.
Yes.
Right? And you don't really have any control of that. So you can't increase it by 0.02 or anything like that. You have to increase it if it's 5 pounds, go up to 10 pounds, 15 or whatnot.
Yeah, no half increments.
So no half increments. So the chances of developing muscular imbalances are higher. Now with the body weight stuff now, the calisthenics, but you're using your own body. So you're learning to move your body. And that's what I wanted. I want to be able to move my body, right? So I could develop that, what I would call true strength. And the other thing that pushed me towards it was when we were moving from St. Madeleine, the moving men came and moving, grabbing wardrobe and stuff. So I said I would help them. I lifting weights, right? And when I go on to lift, it's not that I didn't have the strength, but I didn't know how to synchronize my muscles to work together to move the object, because I got so accustomed with the weights just isolated.
Yeah.
So that took me aback. So I have to fix that problem.
Yeah, because weights are a fixed range of motion based on just natural body movement. Now, the only thing with weights I don't like, especially with squats, and I've elaborated on this point with a few people, compression loading of your body with heavy weights, whether you're doing squats or whether you're doing any kind of like work that involves weight at a high center of gravity. Your spine is your main column in your body, right? And then that load goes distributed through your pelvis and then down through your knees. And the thing is, I've seen some people, I mean, tall as a desk, meaning short, with some heavy set weights compounding in certain movements. And then afterwards, when I've seen them finished, as in they finished training, they walk in robotish and they feel the burn and they think, well, okay, this was a gym session well put in. And I sometimes have a concern about that level of lifting and those types of exercises, it will really sometimes have a benefit or not.
Well, I could tell you this. I remember doing calf raises on a calf raise machine. Load it up, calf strong, start to max the machine.
Yes.
And as I step off the machine and I stand, I'm feeling myself elevated.
Yes.
So I'm feeling my spine decompressing because of how much pressure was on it from the load, right? So like, that feeling weird. I didn't like that feeling, right? So that all this stuff came together, and which caused me to go more into the bodyweight training. So for the past 4 years, I have, this is 2020, so it's gonna be 5 years.
Yes.
I have not lifted weights, right?
Yeah, so, I remember, because I was, that day when we spoke in the gym at length, I had done chest that day, and then you're like, yeah, I see you lifting those weights, you know, but then you put in shades. Yeah, I've not lifted weights in 5 years. Like, what? It's like, you've not lifted weights at this time and your physique is Atlas. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, how?
To get results.
Really?
And the other thing that shocked people when I say I don't lift weights, I don't use any drugs or supplements, and I eat once or twice a day.
Yes.
Right. So that throws people off. Like, how could somebody accomplish this physique? Right, with no drugs, no supplements, no weights, and eating once or twice a day, right? And I'm saying, if I was a lecturer in fitness, I should be able to accomplish these things because I should have the knowledge in order to do so, right? So that's one of the ways I try to brand myself as somebody that has information and can apply the information correctly to get the desired results. Because when I do work out for 20 minutes.
Yes.
Right? 3 or 4 times per week. Right? So when people are there killing themselves in the gym, 2 hours straight, I know people working out 3 hours straight. Right? That's too much.
There's diminishing returns to scale, because beyond a certain point, your muscles are like, it's enough. Right? There is a saturation point and you cannot go any further. The plus side is that gym exercising and everything has to coalesce with diet, right? And there are a lot of myths surrounding that. I mean, for myself, my own intents and purposes, I was 353 pounds at my heaviest. And what helped me to shrink was a combination of the gym exercises, being cardio and weight training, also using keto diets. Now, keto, if you all are not aware, is basically ketogenic diet, meaning you have no carbohydrates in your system whatsoever, and you're relying for your means by converting the fat that is on your body for fuel, right? Now, everybody's different and they will have different needs but have you been able to isolate nutrition for your clients in different realms?
Right, so it's based on the goals of my clients. So
Yes.
now on my clients, I do body fat analysis on them via
Caliper test.
Caliper testing. All right. The reason why I don't use the electronic one could be highly inaccurate. Like the electronic one will still class me as overweight. Right? Yeah.
Based on density.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So it don't factor in.
You need a refund.
Yeah.
You need a refund on the
I do
machine.
the skinful testing to get more accurate. So based on that, I would adjust my client's diet to suit. If I have a client that's underweight,
Yes.
then I would have them include carbs in their diet, but I'll have them included strategically, right, and not just throw it in. So the diet that I like to call it ancestral diet, but it's a combination of different diets. It's a combination of ketogenic diet, combination of carnivorous diet, combination of intermittent fasting, which is one of the major parts when it comes to weight loss and improving health, that intermittent fasting.
Yes.
And then it might even have some traces of Atkins diet and paleo diet in it. You could find it, because anything that has a high amount of protein in it, a high diet,
Yes.
a diet with high protein, you're going and get these other diets that could be derived from it. All right. So based on what the client needs and based on their goals, if their goals are realistic, I adjust the diet to suit.
But in your own way, what you would say is the main determinant factor for your client's success in terms of their own selves? What pushes them to succeed, in your opinion?
Well, you have to want it. You have to want it. So they have to find the right motive, right? And motivation is not something that lasts, as somebody says. Same way with a bath. You take one bath, it's not going to last, right? So you have to keep finding ways to motivate yourself on a daily basis. Because something might motivate you today, and then tomorrow that thing might motivate you again tomorrow. So you have to look for something else to motivate you and keep motivating you. So you have to look for motivations on a daily basis.
All right. And more or less in the realm of motivation, we always must have to keep that willpower going. So we'll take another quick break and we'll be back with you guys in a second. Let's take a word from our sponsors. Welcome back. So we had a very relaxing chat on a Sunday afternoon. Sun is out, birds are chirping, nobody's making noise. Smell food cooking, right? Well, it was cooked by me, so I know what I made. Right, so Setwell, on behalf of me and the team, I'd like to thank you for coming across to the show.
Thanks.
Right, hope to have you on again with some little aims throughout the year. And also, I do hope your endeavors come through for 2020 and beyond. Also, I will be joining you very, very soon for my own fitness aims.
Good. Well,
all right.
Nice to be here.
Thank you, sir.
for having me.
No problem, anytime. So I'm going to throw you all over to Setwell. Take it away.
All right, so I want to tell you about the packages that I have available with Setwire's Fitness Enterprise. I have 3 main packages, which is the aquatic exercise classes, which is run out of Fun Splash Water Park in Day Bay. The cost is $50 a session, $125 a week or $400 a month. There are classes on mornings at 9 a.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and on evenings at 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. The other package I have in the gym is the group training, which gives you 12 sessions, starts off at 12 sessions per month in the gym, and you will be training in the company of others, but you also have free access to the aquatic exercise class at the water park, and your gym fees are covered, and that cost is $1,050. So you're getting the best of both worlds. All right. Now, for those that want more private training, one-on-one sessions, I have an option for that, and that is $1,800, which covers your gym fees, give you free access to the aquatic exercise class, and you start off training 12 sessions in the gym with me, one-on-one style. All right. So those are the options that you have, and the registration is online at setwiresfitness.com. And you could go to the website and you can check it out. Now, Setwire is spelled with a C, C-H-E-T-W-A-Y-O, as you would see on my top. All right, so these are my options. You can contact me on my Facebook and Instagram pages for more details, for clarification on the type of training that we do. Training in the gym is done body weight style, calisthenic style. We use a lot of suspension training, we use exercise ball. So you're utilizing your own body weight and you're going to maximize the efficiency of your own physiological system. All right, so thank you all for listening, and I hope you all had or learned something and got great insight into the whole fitness industry and what Setwire's Fitness Enterprise is all about. All right, so thank you and have a great day.
Okay, so that is a wrap on the first episode of More to Come. Now in 2020 and beyond, I hope to be a media presence that will serve to highlight more of what we have in terms of culture, fitness, technology, and probably some sights and surrounding things all around this wonderful place that we have as known as Trinidad and Tobago. So, from me to you, this has been Ray, we've been live, and this is Livewire Media. Take care. So, basically, how things is go, right? It's the weird season, silly season carnival, right? So, the number one question, Town Red Gills or San Fernando Red Gills? No, we know about the San Fernando Red Gills, you know, trust me. I mean, I should know, I'm red, right?
That one catch me.
Alright, Tribe Ice, or Blue Range Fep?
Nah, Tribe.
Why Tribe?
Because I didn't want to know. I just went from that, I went to that last night.
Tribe people, if all are hearing it about tickets to the man, he basically, you know, promoting all here, come on, right?
And last year I went Tribe Ignite too, so Tribe right sure.
Mass for the road or Sunday night mass?
Mass for the road, man. Mass for the road.
Why mass for the road?
The Monday. Monday.
But one Monday in Port of Spain or Monday in San Fernando or Monday in Cedros?
I only went to Port of Spain.
No, very in Cedros. We had to go Cedros, boy. Come on, now we had to make a far-out trip.
And better plenty of towns so.
Yeah. ¿Cómo se llama?
We have a Spanish teacher informed too, so.
Yeah, you have to be bilingual these days, right?
We have a Spanish teacher informed too, so.
Oh gosh. In my case, I had an Irishman who used to teach Spanish. Imagine he's saying hola with an Irish kind of twang now. That was strange. You sit on there in class like, hi, see? Pilau for the road or pork? And
pork.
Or blessings to the pig itself. Boy, I tell you, my carnival experience, 1997. Somebody called me, right, and it's like, hey, we're going lime, we're going to jump up behind a truck. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm 14 years old, I have energy. Let me see what it's all about. So we pick up this truck by Clico in San Fernando, right there by Prince of Wales Street.
Yeah.
So I said this truck just probably gonna walk up and down to the corner by Carib Street and probably down by Carib Street. No, just like in SpongeBob, 6 hours later. I and my brother behind this truck and people whining. I'm like, what is this? And the thing about it is, the two girls who I went with, were girls, right? Yeah, them just having a time. And it's like, when we reach now, they tell their parents, oh yes, the little tea party was good. And I like, you know, I can't say nothing because like, but we were behind a truck, right? I tell you, your first carnival is always be something strange, weird, or enticing to you. First carnival memory, that was fun.
Well, last year that's the first time I actually played mass.
What?
Yeah, that was the first year playing. Yeah, normally you just go down the road and you jump up behind a big truck. But last year I said, alright, play mass in a band. Because I say, okay, I travel in other countries and they come into Trinidad to play carnival and I can't even tell them how it just feel to play in an actual band. So.
Boy, speaking about other countries, I was in Florida and somebody comes up to ask me, oh, I couldn't help but notice your accent. So I'm thinking you're from Jamaica. I'm like, what gave you that idea that I'm from Jamaica? So I told him I'm from Trinidad. He's like, oh, you'll have the carnival. Not carnival, you know. The carnival. I'm like, no, it's not a sideshow with freaks. Even though sometimes whatever you see on TTT might be like that. There's noise. Oh well. Yeah, that goes straight to the gag reel. Oh Lord. So yeah, I tell you, yeah, and it's just like, when you compare Brazil Carnival to Trinidad Carnival, spectacle. Hear me, spectacle. Okay, no, copyrighting that word for 2020. Spectacle. Nobody used that. If you had to use that word, check me. Yeah, the spectacle of the mass is greater in Brazil. However, we have the more holistic experience now. Yeah. If you're a man like art and you like poetry, emotion, go Brazil Carnival. Okay. But me, I might have to go with like a few like pieces of armor and stuff now because they don't play down there. And that's your piss face. Alright, you let me know when you're ready. What? No, use that! No, use that! Use that! Good for this. Use that!